I'm going to do a quick express lunch mat Pilates workout. Follow along. Let's start out right away on our back. So I'm going to roll onto my mat, articulating one vertebrae at a time. Bringing my hands down along the sides of my body. I'm going to take just a second to start to get in tune a little bit more with my breath. Breathing in through my nose, filling up. And on that exhale, hollowing out my belly one more time. Big inhale through my nose. And then exhaling the breath out. From here, I'll curl my head, neck, and shoulders up. Draw my knees into my chest and bring my hands behind the base of my neck. My feet are in my Pilates V. I'm deeply scooping my belly away from my thighs, and I'm moving right into some footwork on the mat. So inhaling as I elongate my legs out, exhaling as I draw the navel down and pull my knees in. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to change to arches. Bringing my feet together, curling my toes up and over like a little birdie perching on an imaginary branch. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to pull in. 2 more. Now I'm flexing my feet, really reaching powerfully through my heels as I elongate my legs on the inhale. Coming all the way in, and from here I elongate my legs out. Hold, point my toes, flex, point, flex. You should really feel your abdominals turned on, nice and warm by now. And return back in. I'll set my head down for just a quick rest, and I'm getting ready for my Pilates 100. I'm going to start with my legs straight up. If your hamstrings are a little tight, you might want to make a modification and go to a tabletop position. And from here, I'll start pumping my arms. Inhaling for 5 pumps and exhaling for 5 pumps. Inhale and exhale. Keeping my knees just a little bit soft. Trying to find a deep scoop in my belly. Keeping my shoulders off of the mat. I'm going to add a little variation. Inhale, one leg down. Exhale, switch. Inhale and exhale. Keep those legs reaching long. Two more. Both legs up, knees into chest, lower down. I'm going right into my roll-ups. So I'm going to extend my legs out long, bring my legs together so the inner thighs and heels are kissing. I'm going to take a big inhale to reach my arms back, try to keep my ribs from flaring to the ceiling. And then on my next exhale, picking up my head, neck, and shoulders, peeling my spine one vertebrae at a time off the mat. At the top, taking a little spine stretch forward, and then rolling back onto my mat. Let's do 4 more. Exhale, the head, neck, and shoulders come up. I'm peeling my spine one vertebrae at a time, up and off the mat. Hollow out my tummy as I reach forward. Try and keep those shoulders on my back. One more time, I'm coming up. And from here, I'm going to stay up, bring my feet in towards my body, and I'm going to wrap up nice and tight, setting up for rolling like a ball. So I'm bringing my hands around my ankles or my shins as low as I can. I tip my hips back to just get myself into a balance point. I'm drawing my forehead down towards my knees. And I'm going to inhale, roll back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale back. Exhale, come forward. Inhale. Exhale, come up and find that balance. Let's do 3 more. and bringing the feet to the mat. I'm going to stretch my legs out long. Bring my hands just to the sides of my body as I transition into my ab 5 series. So from here, I'm bringing in my right leg in, outside hand to my ankle, inside hand coming just below my knee. Roll my spine down, float my left leg up, and pull the right leg in and switch. Pull, and switch. Notice I'm keeping my head, neck, and shoulders curled up. I'm in that 100 curl. And I'm really trying to draw my heel down towards my bottom on that second pull. That heel to glute connection. Both legs are coming in for double leg stretch. So the shape of my body from my head all the way to my tail stays the same. Inhale to reach, exhale to come in, little tug, tug. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Scissors. Right leg up, left leg long. Left leg gives a little tap, tap in the air. Little air tap on that leg that's extended. Grabbing that leg that's coming towards you, giving it a little stretch. Last one. Both legs stay up. Hands come behind the base of the neck for straight leg lower lift. I'm going to inhale as my legs reach away from me. Exhale as they come up with control. Last one. Get ready for crisscross. Right knee comes in, left elbow goes to that right knee, trying to lift up, and then stay lifted as I switch. Try exhaling as you rotate to the opposite side. Inhaling as you come through center. One more on each side. Then I'll let my head rest. Bring my knees into my chest. I'm going to trace some little circles with my lower back into my mat. And then I'll extend my legs out long again. Reach my arms back behind me, trying to keep those ribs from flaring. Feet flexed, little toes trying to reach back towards my upper body and peel my spine off of the mat. Let's sit up for a spine stretch forward. So I'll just open my legs the width of my mat, maybe a little bit wider. Flex my feet, but keep my knees just a little bit soft. And imagine you have that big beach ball in front of you. We're going to take a big breath in to find length, and on the exhale, hollow out your tummy and come up and over that beach ball. On your inhale, you'll restack your spine and sit up tall. Exhale, up and over. Hollow out your tummy. Let's just do 2 more. Last one. I'm going to bring my hands all the way down to my ankles and pull my feet in towards my body for a little open leg rocker. The prep for this is just to find that balance point again. So hovering your feet off of the mat. And let's extend the right leg up. You could bring it back in and then do the left, or go right to lifting up both legs at the same time. Think about trying to keep the chest lifted, the abdominals deeply scooped. I'm going to gaze down at my navel and roll back to come up. Roll back to come up. I kind of gaze down as I roll back and then look out over the horizon as I come up. Keeping my head off of the mat. Let's just do 1 more. Come up and hold. Woo! I almost lost it there. Bringing my legs together. I'm going to let go of my legs. Now I found my teaser position. I'm going to roll myself onto my mat. Bring my right arm all the way to the top of my mat and turn myself over onto my belly. Let's do a little swan prep and then into a little swan dive. So I'm bringing my hands to the outsides of my shoulders, my ears, just kind of right to the outer part of the mat. I have my legs separated. I'm in an external rotation, so my heels are turned in. Trying to dive my tailbone down to the mat to find some nice length in my lower back here. Elbows are reaching behind me. From here, I'm just going to start to lift my forehead, eyes, chin and chest, trying to keep the back of the neck nice and long. Look over to my right, look over to my left, look center, look over to my left, to my right, center, and lower all the way back down. You know what, my phone is giving me an alert, so I'm going to go ahead and update it really quick and come back to my workout. Let's lift the forehead, eyes, chin, and chest one more time. And now as I bring my chest down quickly, my legs will come up, and I'll reach my arms out in front of me. So it's chest down, legs up, legs down, chest up. And lower all the way down. Take a second just to find a nice breath here. And then bring those hands, or actually let's come onto our forearms. Bring your legs together. Try to keep the chest lifted. My legs are together for single leg kicks. So I'm going to do one leg at a time, alternating from right to left. And as I bring my right foot in, or my right heel to my glute, it's pointed. Then I'm going to flex, point, lower down, and switch. Switch, point, flex, point, and switch. Point, flex, point, and switch. Try to keep that upper body as still as you can. Should feel a nice stretch here in the quads, maybe even up into your hip flexors. Good. Lower your chest down, extend your arms out long. Circle those arms out wide, bring them in towards the outside of your body, and let's just sit back and take a child's pose. Now turn over onto your back, and let's set up for a little bridging. So if you can't bring your legs all the way together, like you're hugging a $100 bill between your knees, that would be great. If it works better for you to keep them a little separated, that's just fine too. So let's find a nice deep connection to our abdominals by taking a breath in. And on that exhale, just trying to imprint your lower back into the mat, finding that hollowness in your belly. One more time to breathe in, elongating the back of the body. On the exhale, hollow out your tummy, imprint your spine, and peel your hips up into a bridge. We're going to hold here, trying to keep the ribs and the front and the back of the body connected so that we're not arching the back. I'm pressing firmly down with the backs of my arms, my palms, and my feet. I'm going to keep squeezing that $100 bill between my knees and extend my right leg forward, flexing my foot. Trying to keep my hips level, I'll kick my leg back, point to come forward, flex back, point forward, flex, point, flex, point. One more. Bringing my foot all the way to the mat, dragging it back in, and we'll switch sides. Flex and point. 3 more. All the way to the mat, bring it all the way in, and I'll articulate my spine all the way down, bringing my bottom as close to my heels as I can when I set down. From here, I'll stretch my legs out long, reach my arms back, and roll up with control, peeling my spine one vertebrae at a time off of the mat. And I'm going to set up right into some teasers. So let's start with some preps. We've got our feet planted, our knees together. You're hugging that $100 bill. Make sure your feet are a little bit of ways away from your bottom. Keep hugging that $100 bill. Right leg extends out. I'm going to roll my spine back onto the mat one vertebrae at a time and come right back up. Try to keep your head off the mat. Roll back to come up with control. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's switch legs. I'm still trying to hug that $100 bill between my knees. Articulating my spine back one vertebrae at a time. Last one. Now see if you can join both legs up. Roll back to come up. Roll back to come up. Keeping that chest lifted, belly deeply scooped. One more. Good. And lower everything all the way down. Take a nice big stretch here. And let's roll over onto our bellies again and swim it out. So a little separation between the legs. Arms and legs are extended out in front of you. Heels turned in for that external rotation. Forehead hovering the mat. Let's lift the right arm and the left leg up, but think more about length and reach and less about height. Finding that opposition in your body, keeping that belly lifted, and then switch opposite arm and leg. And switch, find that length. Now let's bring both arms, both legs up, look out over the horizon, and start to swim. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale for 5, and exhale for 5. Last time. Lower all the way down. Bring your hands to the outside of your chest again, elbows stretching back, feet together, balls of the feet coming onto the mat. In one movement, push right up into your plank. And if your plank is on your forearms or your knees, that's where you should go. Pressing right up here. And I'm either holding, trying to keep my hips nice and still, my belly drawing up, or if I want to challenge myself more, I'll pick up my right foot, hover it on the mat, maybe send my left heel back, bring it forward, set my right foot down, and switch sides. Trying to keep my hips and my pelvis and the whole body nice and still. Last time here. I'll lower myself all the way down. And because this is a quick lunchtime workout, I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to push all the way up in one motion. And just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I'm going to come onto my hip and set up for a little mermaid. So you can sit in a Z sit, or you can stack your shins on top of each other. And I'm grabbing my right ankles as my left bicep comes to my ear for a mermaid. So I'll do a nice side bend stretch over. And then as I come through center, exhale, inhale, and going to the other side. Finding that nice stretch of the QL, work into those obliques. Exhale to open. I'm going to bring my arms behind me, swivel my legs around, and go right to the other side. So an inhale to stretch over towards my shins. Exhale to open. Inhale up and over to the other side. Exhale, open to a T. Inhale to stretch up and over. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale one more time. We'll inhale over. Come all the way back up. And I'm going to swivel my legs all the way around and set up for seal. So here, I've already got my legs pretty close to me. I'm going to make a prayer position with my hands and just dive my hands between my legs, grabbing the outsides of my ankles. And now I have my toes together and my heels apart. I'm going to turn and face you so you can see me for this one. And the idea here is to use the inner thighs, the adductors, to control the movement here. So it's not the feet, it's not the ankles, it's those inner thighs. Kissing the toes together 3 times. And then we'll add an articulation. So I'm balancing on my balance point. 1, 2, 3, roll back. 1, 2, 3, come up. 1, 2, 3, roll back. 1, 2, 3, come up. Always trying to keep that head off the mat. Last time, I'm going to come right up to a standing position. Turn around, face the other way. I'm in my Pilates V. And I'm going to take a nice standing spine stretch forward. Really drawing those upper abdominals up, hollowing out my tummy. trying to keep my shoulders on my back as I bring my hands to the mat and walk out in 4 big steps. I'm still in my Pilates V. I'm like a steel beam from the top of my head out through my heels, and I'll go into 3 tricep push-ups, keeping those elbows tight to my body. 1, 2, and 3. Now I tuck my chin, pull my belly up, and walk my hands back to my feet. Feel that deep stretch in the hamstrings. Try to draw my shoulders down into my back pockets and scoop my belly up as I imagine that I'm bringing my spine onto a wall, 1 vertebrae at a time. And then allow my hands to come down. And I finished. So that was my quick lunchtime Pilates mat workout while my little guy is having lunch and watching a little YouTube about planets before we go back into our school day. Thanks so much for joining me.